But the power he has now is no less than the powers of a minister.
Yes, it might seem like that. But we are lucky that he will be living outside the walls of the city.
Huh. This is just another plan. Don't you understand, Tarkan? Once the observatory is built, this man will become the most powerful individual in this city.
Be patient, my lady.
All residents, please be informed that our guest Sultan Ulugh Beg will go through...
How much is it?
...to begin the construction of the observatory this Friday. All residents, please be informed that our great Sultan Ulugh Beg will go to Kuhak to begin the construction of the observatory this Friday. All residents, please be informed that our great Sultan Ulugh Beg will go to Kuhak to begin the construction of the observatory.
I thought that you would do what you volunteered to do. Because you were so determined to do it.
I don't want to do it anymore, you hear? I no longer wish to kill him. Do you understand?
Your fellows will do what you couldn't tonight. I thought perhaps you might want to accompany us to compensate for your failure.
I can't believe it. How enthusiastic I was when I began designing this observatory.
Jamshid. We'll begin the construction tomorrow. It's an auspicious day. I'm sure God will help you and others who want to build it. We're done with the foundations and the stone carving, and tomorrow is your day, Jamshid. Let's go. You should get some rest now.
You go.
Come with me.
You go, I want to be alone. You go on. Why?
I wanted to make up for what I did. I thought maybe God would forgive all my sins.
He has forgiven you. Go now.
I'm ashamed to tell you this, but I'd be grateful if you let me stay and learn and pay for what I did. For what I did in the past. This way I might be able to soothe myself somehow. Last time I came here to seek revenge for someone I thought all my life was the best man on earth. But he wasn't what I thought he was. I'm talking about my father. Please let me stay. and turn my heart into gold.
Today is an auspicious day. The birthday of the best man the earth has ever seen. The man who rules in both worlds. The great prophet of our time, Muhammad the son of Abdullah. Our great Sultan Ulugh Beg decided to choose, on this very special day, to order the construction of the observatory, so that with God's help and the support of our prophet, and of course we all know that it's with the support of the great Ulugh Beg Mirza's determination, and Khaja Giyas al-Din al-Kashani's resolve and assistance, from Ghazizde from Rome, and the help from Ala-Din Gushchi, and the expertise of Yusuf Halaj, this building will be built so that Iranians can be proud of it. And to celebrate this great moment with our great Sultan, we will listen to some music. With your permission. Play for us.
Thank God, finally today, with your efforts, this arduous task is finally finished. How long before I am able to observe the sky, Jamshid? Huh?
We've already discussed all this in detail with Mr. Yusuf Halaj, and if everything goes well, it should be done within about 5 years.
5 years. Do you truly think I will live to see it?
You'll see it. Pray for us.
What is this?
A gift. The circumference. The treatise I told you about already.
You know the ratio of the circumference to diameter?
To 17 decimal places.
This here is unique in the history of mathematics. In the history of man, no one has ever done this. I swear to God, this is the most precious gift I have ever received. Thank you, Jamshid.
I'm glad that you care about these things. This is the plan for the observatory. These 2 parallel arcs will be made of marble, so that we can use it for astronomical measurements when we pass the house circle. And I've left some room next to them to write the Zij.
Do you think that all of these things might actually be completed in time?
Hopefully, with God's help, it will.
I want you to send a message to Harat. And let my mother know all I am doing is to propagate the religion of Allah's Prophet. I have made efforts to develop science in the Muslim world.
I'll send a messenger to the palace of Shah Rukh Shah right away, sir.
In the name of God.
Some measurements don't seem to add up for the Fakhri sextant.
They don't add up? How come?
The arch size was bigger than the sextant. And now we have to add 1/3 to the radius to make up for it.
No, that's not it. The extra room is supposed to allow us more freedom in writing astronomical calculations. It is correct.
Then this is not the Fakhri sextant anymore.
No, it's not the Fakhri sextant anymore. It's more like a quadrant. And we'll use those same calculations when we register astronomical changes. Please write these things down, in case we forget them.
I try to keep track of everything. A mistake of mine can ruin calculations.
It doesn't matter that much. Bigger mistakes have been made. The universe leads its own way. Please, after you.
All right, now. Start pulling it slowly. Pull it slowly. Don't let it go. All right, now be careful. Watch yourself over there.
Pull from your
Power
elbow.
from your elbow.
Thank you very much.
Hello, how are you?
That's very kind of you. Mr. Ghayathuddin,
Yes.
these wheels, you see that they face higher friction when they reach the end of the sextant over there. We followed your calculations, you see.
Don't worry about it. The weather is substantially cooler down here, where the wheels and the gears sit. Therefore, the metal will contract here. Don't worry. The final result of our work will be different. Where's Moeen? Moeen? Moeen!
Yes, Jamshid.
You all right?
I'm good.
How's the work on the plate of Zonas going?
We're placing the plates prepared by the Master on each other with the exact precision that you asked for.
I just hope they're good enough for this difficult task you want to do.
Of course they are. This instrument can tell us more about the upcoming solar eclipse.
You're also talking about the eclipse here? I wish I knew what chaos you have created in the city with writing about the eclipse in your treatise. It's now leaked from the school, and everybody in the city knows about it.
A few years ago in Kashan, a prediction about a lunar eclipse created absolute chaos. Jamshid.
It'll be different here. We are now in Samarkand. The city is full of men of science.
I'm really surprised to hear something like this from a man who has seen the world and is old enough to understand such things.
Why?
The more knowledge you have, the more jealousy and enmity you attract. A minority of narrow-minded people will start whispering in the ears of other people, and will use religion as a pretext to provoke them.
Don't worry about the enmities. Enjoy your life like a flower.
We tolerated this man from Kashan since he arrived in the city to build the observatory. But we cannot forget the fact that he wasted the blood of our youth and made us pay more tax to his cruel governor. And even worse, he deceived one of our best soldiers. And she is now working for him. Today, it is our best opportunity to provoke ordinary people to rise against him and to oppose him with this eclipse story.
But sir, the people of this city respect science and knowledge. They respect religious scholars. We should try to convince them.
Things will not change unless Saif al-Din al-Naqshbandi stops supporting him. We will do what we can. And if there's no result, we'll make our final decision. And we are not alone in this. Some very influential figures are on our side.
All of you are the students of the great master Ghiyas al-Din. You have all read the books written by Nasir al-Din al-Tusi. And you know the world based on Batlamyu's book Al-Mgest. And you are all quite acquainted with how stars move in the great big sky. Now I want to present you with a great question, which you will have to think about it again and again. However, many of you might find this question not easy to understand. As you all know, Sharaf al-Din Masudi says cannabis cannot be seen in the far south when it is easily visible in the north at the same time. The sun and the moon do not rise at the same time. Then this proves the earth is round. This is something Batlamus and his students did not notice. and did not take this issue into account into their theory.
Excuse me, sir. Please forgive me. Forgive me for interrupting you like this, sir.
What has happened, son?
A group of angry people have staged a rally outside the school. They say it's a house of sin in here.
God won't forgive you if you remain silent about those who have waged war against him. They want to destroy religion with the sword of science. Destroy this whole school to its very foundation. Gone!
You see what's going on?
Well, these people don't understand logic, sir.
People are all talking about the solar eclipse. I've heard a group of people are also on their way to Kuwak to destroy the observatory.
Come on! Get him! Get him!
Come on!
I cannot wait to see the instruments Jamshid Kashani has written about in this treatise. They must be amazing tools. Have you seen the plate of conjunction?
No, definitely not, sir. But I know Mojib, the founder, is trying to make what Ghayathuddin has asked him, to validate his prediction about the eclipse with that instrument.
He has written about it in detail in this treatise.
But I'm worried about something that you should be aware of.
Go ahead.
Ghayathuddin's prediction about the eclipse has created chaos in the city. A group of people have gathered outside the school and the observatory. They believe that Jamshid actually wants to deceive the people.
I also think that this is an absurd claim. People will blame you when they find out what he said was a lie. Because you have emboldened Jamshid, Mirza Ulugh Beg.
Although I do believe in what he says, I do not see any miscalculation in these equations he has written for me. Send someone to ask him to come here as soon as possible.
God damn you, heretic!
I'm worried, Jamshid. What are you going to do about all these people?
Mahmoud has not returned yet?
He'll stay outdoors. I'm not expecting him. He'll not come back until he finishes his poem.
I'm going down to talk to them.
Be careful, I'm worried they might hurt you.
She's right, Jamshid.
Don't worry about me.
A group of people have gathered outside the observatory and have thrown stones. If you don't act firmly now, sir, it will be hard to contain this crowd.
Disperse them, Orde.
But sir, these people...
What is it? What do you want? Why don't you stop shouting? Who's even sent you here in front of us?
What is more important than this curse? If what you say is true and the sun's turned black, it's due to your presence here. We tolerated you for many years here, but we can't take it anymore. Don't you know what God does to infidels?
You mean that you are all here because you're religious? I can remember these people stopped me when I was carrying the coffin of my wife. You cursed me! You damned me! Where does all this enmity come from? You talk about the Quran, but have you read the Quran? God created the earth and the sky and the stars and put them as signs for those who think. He put them there as signs for those who think. For those who think!
You're saying all this to deceive people.
Yeah, you're full of lies!
Listen to me carefully. This eclipse is going to happen. This eclipse doesn't mean we interfere in God's work. This proves his greatness, his order, his authority! Let all know of this! Everyone must know of this!
That heretic is lying, I'm telling you!
Ulugh Beg will want to meet you now.
It seems that all these people in their commotion have also worried you, right? You are a man of science, and you know very well that science leads its own way. Don't even doubt it. If God is with us, precisely at the time that I calculated and told you, the sun will turn dark.
I have full trust in what you have said. But it does not ease my concerns at all.
Why not?
No one has ever dared to predict something like this with precision. What is that in your hand?
This is the design of the instrument I told you about earlier.
Is this the plate of zones you were telling me about earlier? Huh? It truly looks amazing.
What it does is even more amazing. With this tool, we can calculate the location of the moon and the sun and 5 other planets and their distance from Earth. More importantly, we can precisely predict lunar and solar eclipses. Then those who criticize us today will be able to work with this tool.
So after the astroglobe and the armillary sphere, and of course those 6 other instruments, this is the 9th instrument and the most significant of all, right?
It's important to calculate the precise timing of the upcoming eclipse. I cannot stress how important this is enough.
Do you still think that you can provide an exact time for the eclipse, Jamshid?
This chaos that we see today in Samarkand is less about the eclipse, and more about you being so sure about it.
My predecessors couldn't predict with precision because they didn't have the knowledge we have. When I was young, I saw people doing strange things with esoteric sciences. People could not even conceive of it. But today, I know that it was all dependent on the order and discipline of the universe. The God that I know is so great that a small man like me can predict these things precisely. Precisely.